What do you need to know before you go car shopping? The car experts at Townsend Nissan explain. We're here with B.J. Perkins on the Walk of Champions on the beautiful University of Alabama campus on a gorgeous autumn afternoon. B.J., thanks so much for being with us today.
Danny, it's great to be here, brother.
Let's talk a little bit about going car shopping. Now, before you even leave the house, there's some things that you really want to know, aren't there? You want to know what's going on with your credit, and that means you need to be able to take a look at your credit report. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Sure, there's a couple different things that you can do, Danny. Number one, there's a site, freecreditreport.com, or you can actually go to one of our websites. We have a secure site that you can go on, request some credit information, and we can actually pull that. It is a private, secure site and kind of review everything before you come in.
Now, your credit score is going to have a big effect on by how it's financed and ultimately what you pay, correct?
Exactly, exactly. You know, there's Beacon scores, Equifax scores, TransUnion scores that, you know, you never want to give that information out over the phone. A secure website, you know, because we're all local, that if you go to our website, we can pull that information and review it. And it will affect interest rates, amount of loans that you would qualify for.
Let's talk a little bit about how do we know what we can afford when we're car shopping? What's a good rule of thumb whenever you start looking for a vehicle and you start pricing things? What's payments that we can make, and how do we know what we should shop for?
Sure, and basically the good rule of thumb to use is 10 to 15% of your monthly income. Most banks use that and will qualify you in that payment range based on 10 to 15% of your income.
Now, what about other things beyond the cost of the car and financing it, like tags, insurance? What should a person expect?
Sure, your tax here in Tuscaloosa is 3.5% of the purchase price of the vehicle. Your tag is relative to the area that you live in. Tuscaloosa has one of the lowest tax rates around.
Now, you and I were chatting the other day, and you said that if you're looking to buy a car, make any other kind of big purchase, it's really the consumer's market right now. Why is that?
It is. The banks, due to the credit crunch that we had here several years ago, so many banks, lenders were dinged, that the banks are protecting the customers. You are their number one priority. They're not going to let you bite off more than you can chew. They will keep you in that price range, that 10 to 15% of your income, and they're really, really, really customer oriented in protecting the customer.
Now, it seems like the car companies have had good news for the past few days. Companies are posting profits. They're talking about expanding production. Right now, consumers that are looking to go out and buy a car, there's incentives for them. There's good financing. Talk to us about that.
Sure. The rebates are all-time low, all-time high. The rates are at all-time low. I've never seen them this low. I've saw rates, of course, as low as 0%, in some cases where you don't take the rebates, but we have some lenders that go down to 1.9% and rebates up to $6,000 out there right now.
Wow. Now, let's talk a little bit about financing. Most people are going to have to finance a vehicle.
Sure.
In most situations, they'll be able to put down maybe $1,000, $2,000. Is there a rule of thumb for down payment if you're a consumer that you want to put down, like maybe 10%, 5%? What do you think?
Sure, that situation varies person to person. I know the holidays are coming up, but a good rule of thumb is 10%. You know, that covers any taxes, any fees, anything of that, and it helps put you in a more equitable situation. Plus, it helps get that better rate. In the bank's eyes, you know, $1,000 is 1,000 reasons for them to help you out with this auto loan.
Ordinarily, people can finance a vehicle for 36, 48, and 60 months.
Sure.
Now, as a general rule, the longer you finance it, the more that you end up paying for it. What do you advise consumers to do?
Sure, of course, it's budget oriented. You want to look at your budget, you know, set that payment if it's $250, $300, $350. Look at that term, look at your money down. We have lenders that go up to 84 months if it's something that you think you're going to keep for a long time. Of course, like anything, if you have a little bit of extra, apply it to that loan.
All right, super. BJ, thanks so much for chatting with us today.
Great, Danny. Good to be here, brother.
Yes, sir. Our pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.